Yeah?
Yep.
How's my hair? So yeah, this Friday talk is about, it's 7 years of working at Mediamonks. In those 7 years I learned a lot about many things. So I thought maybe it's a good thing to divide those 7 years in 7 topics. And what I've learned here at Mediamonks, and hopefully you'll learn something about it. So the first topic is believing. In the beginning, like 5 or 6 years ago, when I started design, because before I did interaction design, I always looked for inspiration on the internet, and over time I realized that was very hard because you have to do it over and over and over again. It takes a lot of time, and you can't remember where you found something or where it is now on the internet. So I started an inspiration folder on my computer. I saved all kinds of images there. I scroll through them. Try to use as much as possible in my design project, where I can use any of the design I found it in here. And the more I'm using this folder, the more confidence it gave me by future design projects. Although the images are not all by me, I collect them, so I know what's in it, and I know exactly what's in the inspiration folder, so I can use them in all kinds of design projects. Second topic, have faith. You have to remember that design is a process. It takes time to get somewhere from A to B. This route can be very short and clear, but usually it's long and dark without knowing what to do. When I say I have faith, you can sit. It doesn't mean sitting in your chair, staring at your computer screen and hope for the best. I tried that doesn't work. What I mean with have faith is that you just, this is magic incorrect, and just do as much as possible, and thinking in your head that it's gonna be alright, and just do it. This is how I started Magic Inner. To the left, to the right, all kinds of inspiration from the internet, because I didn't have a lot of Kinder inspiration in my folder yet. But in the middle, yeah, it's looked like, I don't know, it's okay, but I started doing more explorations, having a pineapple in my inspiration things, I don't know why. I think for the colors or something. And I just started recreating all the inspiration blocks. So this is very blocky. I go to more fluent with the milky, because that's Kinder, and eventually also with feedback from the client and other designers, you come up with this, and then eventually I came up with this, which is totally different when you started. So have faith that this project become this is a big part of being a designer. But as I mentioned, having faith, faith has its limits. It's okay to call for help. Talk with a fellow designer about what bothers you in a project, or when you can't figure out a thing, or when you need help. As an intern or junior, don't be afraid to talk to a senior. I was, but don't. Just talk to them. They're really nice people. Also, as a senior, don't be afraid to talk to an intern or junior, because they are on a way other level of design thinking. You'll be amazed what a fresh look can do for you. So this is the folder of the universal typeface. It has 23 PSDs. And around PSD 14, I called for help because I just started with a mood board. It was really nice. The project was about a website where people could draw their own characters over an alphabet, and they merged together as a universal typeface. So I started a mood board, all kinds of things, did some exploration on typography and lines and all that kind of stuff. So I started designing, did some layouts, make some more layouts, did some golden ratio things, Mona Lisa, everything. So it started. Did some exploration on the letters, and around here I started figuring out that we didn't know what the end product was because people had to fill in or draw their letters, their characters, and we didn't have them yet. So I asked for a developer if he could make something like that, that looks like drawn letters for many people. And I asked Nicolas Moulin, creative, who's sitting upstairs now, to help me with design, style, things. So I did some more exploration and even more, and then it turns out to be this. Where the lines are like from a developer. It really looks like a lot of people have drawn this. And in the end, it turns out to be this, and it was a very good project. I really needed help with this project, so it's okay to call for help. Yeah, develop some interesting topography. It's really it's really easy, and with the right topography, you can set a style, create a mood very easily. When I started, I only, now I sound like a really old guy, but you have like only 6 or 7 fonts you can use because they're on the system for Mac and PC. You couldn't have a lot of choice. So remember like the Arial, Georgia and Fontana. But you now have a lot of font choices, like the web fonts are all over and you can pick any font you like. But the hardest part of that is like pairing them. I still found this very hard. But throughout the years, I had some rules for myself to find a nice font. I can show you. You can mixing serifs and sans serifs. It's very easy, very quick solution. Always remember to create contrast, like a very fat type and a very thin type. Avoid pairing fonts, which are too similar. For instance, Futura and Avni, like, don't do that. Use fonts from the same family, like the width and height of the same family are like usually designed as one family, so they always pair very nicely. But also use fonts from the same type designer or the same type foundry, because they are always like keeping in their head which pairing could be very nice with a font. Limit your number of fonts. Don't go crazy about with the fonts. And break all the rules above, because there's no really and practice a lot. For me, it's like I have a PSD which is like 40,000 pixels big, and I have a lot of fonts in there for just combining them. The other thing is know your machine. Very slowly. If it's running slow, find out why. This is your biggest friend, the activity monitor. But also, you will work with Photoshop day in, day out. Just set it up as fast as possible. If you're doing things over and over again, make shortcuts. If you think that it's sloppy, just reduce the amount of RAM. Do whatever it takes to make it as fast as possible. Also, the next point, kill your darlings. This is what I heard in my first year on graphic design. I think that's 48 years ago or something. For me it means when you design something really beautiful, like a logo or an icon, but you can't fit it in the overall design, or it doesn't improve the design, then you have to kill it. You have to leave it out. I had this with the Chap project. I made this really nice icons. I think they're really fitting the Chap style. And I try to figure out how to get them in the design, but it didn't work out. It just didn't add anything to the design, so I just killed the icons. So this is my last subject. Stick around. Do this sometimes after work. Talk about what inspires you. Do some design challenge. with your colleagues or start a side project with them. But also for the long term, stick around with his family. You hear a lot in our industry that it's common to switch jobs easily 1 or 2 years to gain a better job title or to make better work or work for a bigger brand. But guess what? You can do that all here within Mediumworks. Stick around for a couple of years, I can say, and you can shape your design job in whatever you want. So to sum up, believe in yourself because you're awesome. Have faith because everything in the end will be alright. And know when to ask for help because they are all lovely people here. They want to help you move forward and be the best designer you want. You can be. Do this and you will make great work here at Mediumworks. Thank you. Any questions?
Why are you leaving?
Yeah, stick around!
No more questions.
We love you, Elbert.